Hi guys, welcome again to this space and channel. I'm glad to be hosting this. Yes, this in our learners, club. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Thank you for subscribing, for liking, for sharing. I'm really grateful. So in the past few or two videos we've done, we talked about what is Excel in the simplest form. We talked about we talked about cell referencing, which is a very important thing in Excel and spreadsheets. Today, we'll be talking about formulas and we'll be talking about basic formulas. Now, formulas are expression of what we actually calculate or intend to calculate. Take, for instance, we have some values on the screen. Yes. We Take, for instance, we want to calculate 10 plus 43. Like we are trying to add 10 and 43 together. Formulas that we would need for addition is the plus sign, right? Now, in case you might want to also, oh, okay, I don't want to add, I want to subtract. Formula you might need or you would need is the minus sign. Again, could actually say, oh, I don't want to subtract rather, I want to multiply. Formulas you will obviously need is the multiplication sign. And it goes like that, and like that. So today we'll be looking at the four basic formulas and how Excel process them. Remember, I told you that before now in the previous videos. Yes, and yes, if you've not watched the previous videos, please go back to the other videos and watch them and learn for yourself. All right, so back to this now. Remember, I told you that before we do anything on Excel, especially when calculating, we need to introduce the equal to sign. The equal to sign is actually very important as it gives Excel a signal that you're about to calculate something, you're about to use a formula, right? And so we'll be introducing the equals to formula. Now, equal to sign rather. So this is it equals to, take for instance, we're going to be talking about the addition. We're going to be adding column A to column B. Column A plus column B. How do we get plus without checking for this part? Using the formula box, right? You can actually do A equals A3 plus shift and equals to on my own board. My board is telling me my plus sign is on the equals to, so I use shift to attack the equals to produce the plus sign. Plus this, and it gives 53 as expected, right? Now let me delete that and go back to, let me use another pattern to get our formulas out. So remember, equals to is a very important, when you are doing any calculation on Excel, equals to is very important. You have to apply the equal to sign for you to start calculating or start using any formula, right? So equal to, I could do this. Immediately, it's already telling me, immediately I start that sum, it already knows that I'm going to take A3 and B3, and that's why we have it on this function argument box. You see it's 10 and 43. If I don't have any other thing to add again, I just say equals to and it's 53. Simple as ABC, right? I got it from this place. Delete, delete. This is just a name box. But when you apply the equal to, it signals this name box that you're about to write a formula. And also, this is the formula or insert function rather. It also signals this place that you're actually going to be using the formula. And there you can pick whatever you want. Sum, this is if, this is average. If you checked our first video, you would see all of this that I made mention on the formula box, right? So I'm about using the sum sign. So this is its sum I'm using. It already knows I'm going to pick this. Now, if I want to add extras, I might decide to want to pick this one. Like this. Sorry. This. Oh, this. You get. Now, how did I go about that? So, for us to get contest, now we already know immediately we click on that box, the box just knew that we're going to form A3 and B3 together all at once, which you can see on the argument box. That's for number one box. Then number two, I just clicked on this. It highlighted A4. Then if I'm going to drag it down to V4, I'll just use shift and the what they call this parentheses or what this. But now this, I just dragged it to B4. I just dragged that to B4. So we can see, so if I'm going to add that all those together, please note this dot dot is a colon sign. Is a colon sign. Is it that true or to? So yes, if I'm going to add that, this is a combination of this, this, this gives us this, right? Now somebody might also be asking, can I just add all these things together? Yes, you can. And there's also another place where you can actually get the formula for sum, which is here. Just put your cursor on wherever you want it to be placed. You want to take it, the sum of it vertically, put it at the end point where there's no number. Then take your cursor to this auto sum, click on it, and you see it highlights all the parts where the numbers are from A3 to A10. You click your equals to, and that is it. You might decide to leave this one like this because immediately you put your cursor here, you don't need to put equals to sign. But equals to sign is obviously a very important signal to Excel. But since you are going to this place, this auto sum, it does that for you. It does that for you, and that is it. So you can also do it horizontally too. You just go to auto sum, enter, and that is it. It just gives you the exact figure you want. This is for addition. Remember, you could use this for sum. You could use this one where you get to click on the function you want, and in this case, sum. Just click on sum equals to, and it does it. And after saying you to show you the column and row of interest, right? Equals to, and it gives you your answer. Simple as ABC. That's for addition. Subtraction is also the same thing. Let me delete everything here. Delete. Delete. Okay, so subtraction. For subtraction equals to, right? This shift minus. Sorry, there's a minus sign on my keyboard. It is it's a dash sort of. So I don't need to use the I don't need to use the shift, right? I don't need to use the shift. So let's do this again. Equals to this minus. I don't have any shifts. I don't need to use any shift for this because the minus sign is explicit, is obvious, right? Minus this, enter. Obviously, it is a minus 33. Minus 33 is the answer to this because the first one is smaller than the second figure of interest, right? Again, we could actually still go to our formula box and look for it. If it is not here, oh, look for everything. But this one is actually more because it is not a combination of everything put together. Now they said search for a function. Okay, let's search for subtraction. Subtraction. Oh, okay. Subtract. Let's see. Is there anything like that? Okay, let's do this. I've not really tried this before, but let's see. Alright, so I'm not used to this. For subtraction, I just go ahead to type okay equals this whatever number I need. This is the number of interest I need minus this, and it gives me whatever I need. So that is that for subtraction. That's the only one I can really tell for subtraction. Let's see if we have any of those here. We don't. We don't have any subtraction on this part. So that is that for subtraction. Now for multiplication, easy peasy equals this. On my keyboard, shift 8, and the multiplication sign is there. This 430. And if I want to get for every other one, I just Simple as ABCD. Simple as ABCD. This is the only one I can actually tell. But let's check our formula box if we have anything called multiplication sign there. Multiplication. Oh, from the M, there's nothing like I'm not seeing anything multiplication here. So I guess please, if you know any of this, here we can get other ways to subtract and multiply aside the shift 8, which gives us a multiplication sign, and that of we just tapping minus on our keyboard. Please write that in on the comment section. Remember, we are all learning. This is a learning ground. And yet again, please kindly subscribe, like, share, and follow for more learning topics on data and data analysis. And yes, please don't forget we're going to be treating projects on this page live. We're going to be treating projects live on this page. So back to what we were doing, since we cannot get anywhere, any what have you? I can't seem to get any other way to multiply aside using the shift key and the shift and 8 together. We'll go ahead to our division, how to divide, how to divide, how to divide. All right. Um. So to divide, we just do equals. Now this is the multiplication. This is the multiplication total A and B together, right? Now division will take this multiplication total divided by this to get the answer. So let's go. This shift this, sorry, divided by this. All right, so this is what happened here. Initially, I did equals this and shift divided. I was thinking it was question mark keyboard, and that was why I added shift. I'm not supposed to add shift, so it's just for me to click on that part, which divided by whatever I wanted. This, and it gives me the answer. So if I click on this, it gives me what is expected. Like I've always told us, when you are done using formulas or when you are calculating formulas, always copy and paste special to get to for you to remove the formulas. Very important. Don't make that mistake to just leave it like that. And kindly learn how to save. In fact, save your work. Save your work. So today we just treated addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. I hope we learned one or two things on how to go about this. And I hope this was actually an exciting class for us. Again, for another way, please, if you know any other way for us to get the multiplication, the division, and the subtraction key from any of these functions, the formula bar and all of that, please kindly put that on the comment section. Yes, we are learning together. Put that in the comment section. And don't forget to like, follow, share, and subscribe. God bless you. See you some other time. And remember to stay data confident. Bye bye.